Hello and welcome back to the ranged only challenge in Bannerlord. And as you can see, we're actually outnumbered right here against these two Southern Empire vassals. I don't know whether this is even going to work, but I can only hope that it will, because this is very close by to a nearby castle where we really do want to make sure that it gets taken back, because there's only about 50 units in there, and it makes all the sense in the world for us to try and make sure that it does. There is a nearby army with about 178 units in there, and obviously we want them to be successful. So we're going to see if we can maybe do something about that by defeating these guys. So let's see if we can do it. Otherwise, let's just get them into a nice loose formation, get these guys into a loose formation as well. That always seems to be relatively effective for us, and I have to remember to put them onto auto-delegate if the enemy gets into melee range. That usually has a good positive effect, because then they're going to be able to skirmish with the opponent without me really having to do too much. So let's see if I can maybe... I was really hopeful I'd be able to get a nice little snipe going on there. Oh, and that is exactly what I wanted to do. Take out the enemy leader. At least one of them has now fallen, and now I don't have to worry so much about their morale, because no doubt the other one is hopefully going to try and charge into our lines, which is obviously going to make everything much easier for us. So let's see if we can maybe get them to charge. I was actually hoping that, you know, once we had taken out one of their leaders, they might actually break formation and go and charge at us, but it seems like that is not happening, surprisingly enough. Alright, well, it looks like we're going to have to make the first move then in terms of an offensive push here. This is the exact thing I was talking about in the previous episode. Having the AI play defensively is probably one of the worst things that we can have happen, but it is one of the best for him. So obviously he's going to try and do this as much as they possibly can, because you never know. There we go. You never know when an AI is actually going to try and do something like this, and it really does make a huge difference to their survival rate. It's going to be really good for them. Now here's the problem. I don't really want to go any further than this, because as soon as I go over the top of that little hill there, this little bit here, they are going to charge straight at us, and we don't have enough time to set up for a ranged defense. And so I'm going to just try and see if I can maybe go close enough that it's going to force them to actually attack, but not enough that will not give us a good amount of time to actually prepare. Let's see whether that can happen. Ah, yeah, I think this might be okay. I think this might be okay. As you can see, we got a bunch of units on the hill, which is actually super nice. Ah, they're starting to scatter a little bit. Okay. And we have gained a level, which is actually fantastic. That is very good. Really need more of those focus points. Okay, so here we go, here we go. They're actually starting to come down now. We're in a loose formation. I don't really like this loose formation. I feel like it is not particularly good enough right now. What is F9 right here? What is that? Line? Why is that there? Why is that a keybind? That's kind of weird. Don't particularly appreciate that, to be honest. Oh, charging straight on into the... Ooh, that was risky. That was extremely risky. Did not want to do that. Thank you very much. Okay, so hopefully our forces will be able to murder most of these infantry here. Alright, so I'm now actually out of ammunition, so I'm going to have to do something a little bit scary here, and I'm going to have to get off my mount. And I'm going to have to go up very sneakily to try and loot some quivers from my fallen units. At least that is the only thing I can really do to gain back some arrows. 9. 12. Come on. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, now I have enough, but... Oh. Well, now the battle is over, so that's obviously not exactly great, but there you go. We only lost 4. Look at that. We only lost 4 Master Archers and 2 Archers. I would say that that is indeed a victory, considering we actually fought against a massive amount of people right there. And we are able to take both of them prisoner, which is also fantastic. Taking them off the fields of battle is always a rather nice, smallish victory. And I'm just going to be doing that. There we go. Let's just take all the loot. Fantastic. Okay. So let's just hope that there aren't any other relatively large armies around here. I say other, but that wasn't really that large. Ooh, look at that. We're gaining 11 extra Master Archers. Super nice. Aha. Hello there. Hello. Okay, this might be... Ooh, hello. Okay, Xena is actually right there. The warrior princess is among us again. It is a different spelling, of course, so maybe it is not her. It's probably not her. Thankfully. Otherwise, we would absolutely die. Okay, yeah, so she's gonna get absolutely murdered now. Yamina, I am unfortunately not able to help her. It would be an absolute bloodbath, in my opinion. And so I'm gonna just... you know, kind of stick around here a little bit. We're going to see what happens. As you can see, they have completely destroyed her. Turiados now has all of... What? Did you see that? We saw Turiados running along this riverbank right here, and he had like 30 units, but now he has 120. How did that happen? Interesting. He must have gone into the castle and pulled some out of the garrison there or something like that. He has a bunch of archers there too, which is really... kind of frightening, to be honest, because you know, even though we have an army that is mostly focused on archers, you've still got to bear in mind that these archers are not noble units in any way, and this guy is outnumbering me quite considerably. And Wow, he's actually quite fast. He's actually quite fast. I need to be very, very careful here. Okay, I think we should be fine now. Is he even chasing me? Yeah, he is actually chasing me, amusingly enough. Well, he's not chasing me, but he's defending Tigressos, and thankfully, I have now made it to a safe haven. Phew, okay. I was a bit worried there for a second. I really was. That was not particularly good. Okay, so let's just sell all of this stuff, and we probably want to sell all of this as... can't really do that. Okay, yeah. Oh, yes, I should actually also mention, by the way, that even if, and this is a thing that I've told you multiple times in the past, in other series, even if I manage to sell something, or sell a bunch of stuff, and it doesn't really give me like a massive amount of profit, or maybe the merchant runs out of funds to pay us. In my opinion, that's not really that big a deal, because money is always something that you can come across again and again and again, especially in Bannerlord. This might be a little bit different in a game like Warband, where once you have some passive income from a variety of different fiefs, you're gonna be pretty fine no matter what, really. However, in this, if you start off and you have 200k, like I have right here, I do have some passive income as well, do bear that in mind, so we're only losing about 168 every single day, which is really not that big a deal. And I'm actually able to sell things like armor and weapons, and I can even do some smithing as well if I want to. If I can do that kind of stuff, and I can continue to gain cash with pretty much no limit, then it really is not that big a deal if I sell a bunch of stuff and I miss out on like 2,000 gold or something. You know, it really is not that big a problem. So just to remind you that generally, it is not an issue. It is very, very simple for us to make money. But just because you were a little bit worried about that, I'm just going to go along here and just see how much I can actually sell here. And how much can I actually get rid of? Quite a bit. There we go. That's it. And yeah, as you can see, there's about, what, 2,000 remaining there or something like that? Probably not even that. So there you go. Actually 17,000. I was actually thinking that it was 16,000, but no. It was actually 17,000. A very nice amount indeed. And I'm thinking we might go into the arena at this point, but we do have vassals to fight. So I'm thinking we'll probably just go and do that instead. So we do obviously have Turiodos in the area, and we also have a number of other vassals over in this direction. I was actually thinking of going into Marinia Castle myself before Yamina turned up to take it, because obviously there is a very, very small garrison there. And we have a bunch of people escaping from our party as well, which is not exactly great. Vostrom is ours, right? Yes, Vostrom is indeed ours. So then we'll go and we'll do that. There we go. Okay, that's not too bad. So once we have gone in here, we're going to just sell our prisoners. Not all of them, mind you, because obviously most of them we want to keep. And we're just going to sell all these over here. There we go. I could put them in my garrisons. I do realize that. I could easily do that, but I'm a little bit worried about doing that because generally I don't really want to have anything... I don't know. I don't really want to be traveling around here very slowly. You know what I mean? So I have... I already have a bit of a herd deficit, so I'm going to need to recruit some more units relatively fast at this point. I'm thinking why is my scouting skill taking so long to level up, by the way? This is really, really awful. I have no idea why it's taking such a long period of time. But I'm thinking we'll either, see, this is the thing, we'll either go for smithing or we will go for engineering, because you can see here that they've actually added engineering quite a bit, and I believe that engineering is significantly better than it used to be. Let me actually just Bannerlord perks. I'm actually going there right now because I want to see what it's actually all about. Wow, yeah. So in the latest version, which is 1.5.10 or 1.5.10, depending on how you want to say it, they have basically done everything. Everything is above 90%. And in the version that I'm playing right now, That is the same. Yeah, everything is above 90%, which is absolutely fantastic. And engineering is pretty much all implemented, which is really quite cool. The one thing that needs to be done, though, is this. I feel like these final perks are just not that interesting. So I'd like to see more of that. But it's pretty cool. I mean, just look at this. Rams and siege towers have 33% more hit points. Ranged troops have 50% more ammunition when besieging, and also increased build speed for castle projects. Ranged siege engines have 10% more hit points in the mission as well. Settlement provides 1 extra catapult at the beginning of the siege. Prisoner escape from dungeons is decreased by 25%. There are so many really, really cool bonuses here, albeit they are still just passive benefits, which, again, in my opinion, is just not that interesting. Like, for example, increase campaign map mangonel and trebuchet accuracy by 10%. That is, in my opinion, extremely powerful. However, what is it really? Is it that exciting? Not particularly, which is the main point that I'm trying to make here. You know, you want the RPG, so to speak, you want the RPG, quote unquote, to be very, very strong in this kind of game, and you want to have certain things that do something that dramatically changes how gameplay is done. And that's exactly the reason why I personally feel like trade skill is one of the most balanced, best skills that you can level up, because it is just so much fun to use, and it's just really, really enjoyable. Okay, so we're going to go into the smithy in just a second, because what I would like to do is I would like to do a little bit of this. Let's just smelt these things. Can I? Yes, unfortunately, I'm still not able to get those poles, the shafts or handles or whatever they're called. And we're just going to recruit some more people from here. As you can see, look at that. Look at the insane amount of people that I'm able to recruit from there, just purely because I have so much relation with these guys. Same thing with this village right here. So we're already up at 118, which is really quite amazing. And we're just going to go into the trade screen here real quick, and we're just going to buy a bunch of desert horses. And that is it. Okay, there we go. And my herd deficit is down to 0.04, which is really nice. So I should be able to move at relative maximum speed. Now let's see what happens here. Okay, I'm thinking we're going to go in against these guys. Can I do that? Yeah, I think I can do that. Nice. Okay, this is perfect. Technically, I could just auto-resolve this, but I'm not entirely sure if I really want to do that any further. Okay, we're going to go for a complete auto-delegation here, and I want to see what people start to do, because obviously we have a lot of recruits now. So I'm going to see. Hopefully they don't go into that stupid AoE, well, not AoE, that stupid circle thing. I mean, I'm not saying that the circle is stupid in general, but I'm saying that it's not something that I want to see them do right now, because we are the aggressors here. We are the ones that need to be taking a more forceful stance against the opponent. That just seems like the way it should be, to be honest, but we'll see what happens here. Well, that's not going to work. Shooting through a rock? Very good. she didn't die. That's kind of unfortunate. Really wanted to land the killing blow right there. I'm actually wondering whether it's even... I think it must be possible, right? It must be possible for the player to actually inflict fatal blows to the enemy. It must be possible to do that, but unfortunately I've not seen that yet. I think maybe once before, so maybe there is still a chance, but maybe it... I don't know, maybe it's better that I just let my units actually take out the enemy vassal. That might make more of a difference. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, let's go in against this guy. We might auto-resolve against this fellow because we seem to have a pretty good handle on things right now. And who's a bit worried about that guy? Gotta say that. I actually thought to myself, is he going to interfere? Nah, it doesn't seem like it. Alright, so that's pretty good. We can take this guy prisoner as well. Bear in mind that if we do auto-resolve, there is a, well, pretty much 0 chance for the enemy to actually be killed. And that is obviously a bit of a problem, but, you know, can't really do much about that right now. So let's have a look here. Okay, oh, what? They're actually going in against each other? Okay, so apparently the Embers have a problem with the Southern Empire, which I suppose is pretty good, because that means I'll be able to assist him in whatever way. And we'll do the same thing. We'll do the same thing, because Auto-Delegates did seem to do a pretty good job in the previous encounter, and I'd like to continue testing it out in various situations. Although the only time when I felt like it has been relatively useless is when it went into that circle formation when we outnumbered the people that were attacking our village. And I think that in that kind of situation, you really don't want it to be taking a defensive formation. Although, maybe I'm wrong about that. You know, maybe I'm wrong about that. As I headshot. Actually, I didn't headshot. What? That is really strange. That is super, super weird. I have no idea how an abdomen shot was able to deal 90... Was that 90 damage? That's pretty crazy. I thought that was a headshot. That's the reason why I said that. I thought, wow, okay. Interesting. Alright, so my forces are doing some, well, okay damage, but the one thing that I have to mention is that they are exceedingly far away. I really don't know why they are so far away. I feel like they could do much better if they were in more effective range. I mean, yeah, I suppose they are on top of a hill, but I don't know. Maybe we're just allowing our allies to take the lead in this particular fight, which I suppose is alright. Not too big a deal. And that is indeed that. We lost no one from that, and as you can see, look at this, my Master Archers were only able to kill 10 enemies. I was able to kill 15, which is exactly the reason why I was perplexed as to why we were not closer to the opponent. I felt like we should have taken more of the enemies down than our ally did, but he far and away carried that battle on his back, and that kind of doesn't really sit right with me, because now I basically got no experience whatsoever, as you can see right here, basically nothing. And that's kind of sad, in my opinion. Oh well, never mind, never mind. Okay, so let's see what happens here. I'm wanting to... I do want to actually help with this. Should I help? Can I actually even do that? Yes, I can. Okay, they have a ballista and they have everything basically. They have siege towers, they have a battering ram, they have everything constructed. So let's go in here and see if we can take Danustica, because I'm pretty sure after we take this, the Southern Empire is pretty much going to be begging us for some kind of peace agreement. So if we can make that happen, then that's going to be really nice. That's going to be super, super easy for us to maintain control over it, and you never know what's going to happen with it as well. We might actually get Danustica awarded to us specifically, because we've mostly been in the voting pool most of the time, but some of the time we're just not... We're not lucky enough to get all the support. So it seems to me like I might need to do a little bit of something, like a little bit of schmoozing here and there, and maybe just try to charm a couple of vassals to be on my side. As you can see, the enemy siege equipment is actually doing a very good job. Well, this is a little bit problematic. As you can no doubt see, the battering ram has been eliminated, and we also have the siege tower here, which is perfectly fine, but it is taking a little bit of fire. It's not damaged yet, but the siege ram was just completely destroyed. Very, very fast indeed. Wow. Okay, there is something up there that is doing a massive amount of damage. Thankfully, we haven't really taken any casualties ourselves. I mean, we've taken 13 wounded, but that's really not that big a deal. This might be pretty harsh. I have no idea who is actually killing us right now. Is it that guy? Unfortunately, the hitbox... it's this. It's this catapult right here. Okay, so we're going to need to get up there as soon as possible. But it seems to be relatively difficult for us to do so. Gonna have to get off my mount here. I kind of want to maintain the amount of ammunition I have right now, because I'm a little bit worried about running out of it. So I'm just going to try and take very economical shots. And that means not wasting them. He says as he wastes 2. Very good. Look at this. We've actually cleared it out. Fantastic. So this catapult is no longer working, which is great. And now I have to be very, very cautious. It's been a bit of a rarity in this series so far for me to actually get into a siege because of this very reason. These people being really, really close by to me and being able to get into melee range at the drop of a hat, that is super difficult for an archer. Only play through. Okay, well, I'm sorry to block your path, sir. You seem to be in a hurry. That was amusing. All right, so they are all dead. Okay, this is good. No problem here. Oh, hello there. Alright, I think we can get off the roof now. Doesn't seem to be too many targets remaining, and as you can no doubt tell, I'm much better at hitting things when there are 1,000 different targets to hit. Because if there's 999, then I'm more than likely going to miss. That's just how things are. Alright, well, oh, no. Okay, we don't want to fall off there, thank you. I'm actually wondering if I should jump onto the rooftop here. Let's do it. Okay, whew. Okay, I have literally no athletic skill, so that was very risky. I could have literally just dropped like a stone. Oh, hello there. Oh, don't worry about me, sir. Don't worry about me. I'm friendly. Ah, no. Okay, wait a minute. I've got this. Oh, he's running. Run. I think I'm getting shot at the same time. I'm actually getting shot, I think. But where from? Let me crouch. Ah. That guy? Is he alive? No, that guy's dead. Okay, so where was I getting shot from? Because I'm pretty sure I took piercing damage and the guy was using slashing attacks. This is very strange. Okay, this is going to be a death sentence. Ah, hello. Oh, he got me. There was an Imperial Archer right inside. That is actually hilarious. I couldn't see him. Look. You see that guy? You see him now? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can, right? But I can't see him for nothing. Like, I literally just cannot see him. And apparently, these guys are maybe not even... Okay, this is jarring, isn't it? Yeah, that's absolutely jarring as hell. Okay, well, that's absolutely fine. There we go. Right, so I did die, which I don't know. I was taking way too many risks right there, and generally if I'd been a little bit more of a coward, then I would have survived, obviously, but I was kind of wanting to have some fun, and I thought that was quite fun. But there you go. Okay, so I believe we have one death remaining until we have to drop all our stuff. And until we impose a bunch of other penalties. I have no idea what other penalties really to go for at this point, because I think that dropping all the gear and changing our main weapon type is quite harsh enough, because I'm going to be basically useless in a lot of fights. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not entirely sure just yet. But yeah, I'm not going to take any of the prisoners. I will be taking my share of the loot. And there you go. We were able to take Danustica, which is actually pretty fantastic. So I'm just going to be waiting here for some time. Let's see who the owner is going to... Oh, I have it. I have it. Yes, it is mine. Thank you very much. I will indeed be spending 100 influence. Oh, yes. Okay, so now we have to be very careful here because this is one of those times when I must put every single person I can get into the garrison. And I'm gonna just basically keep the master archers, and that's it. And then I'm gonna recruit people. I mean, obviously these are just Imperials, so I don't really like taking Imperials at the best of times, but I'm gonna take them just for this purpose at the moment. And then we're going to rest up for a little bit of time, because obviously I have a bit of a herd deficit now. And then we're going to see what happens with the army that's currently in here, and then we're going to try and get the garrison fully outfitted, fully defended with about 150, 200 units, maybe somewhere around there, and then we'll see what happens. Otherwise, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.